everyone. It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 20, Episode 2. Here we are midway through November, and I'm just going to open... I just saw a message from something, I think from Erica's school. Hey, I don't understand. This says Touch ID, and then when I touch it, it just closes. So give me a second. Use passcode. And Facebook. Oh, and I'm using my microphone too, so it should work good. I did test it with a live that nobody can see. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Can people see this? Yes, it looks like it's... And then let me check my last one to make sure that that one is not visible. I mean, it's nothing important. It was just me testing my microphone, but it always throws me off when I'm using a laptop or like something else for my, because I use my phone so much that I don't even know how to get to my page here. Hang on 1 second. So that is me now, and then that one's locked. Okay, yep. All right, we're good to go. And I want to see this one me live right now. Okay, yep. All right. But we need the sound turned down. I think I can just see this one me there. Okay, sorry if there's throwback, echo, whatever. And how much of, oh, I'm sorry if you can see any mess like on the couch in the living room. I can pull you in a little bit because it looks like it's more than I thought would be. So you'll see the table fine if I pull you in a bit. And what we're going to be doing. Let me see how that looks when it pulls in. Sorry if we're frozen. I wonder if I should shut off the internet. Okay, we're back. Sorry if we froze there. I might need to, oh, we did freeze again. Okay, I'm going to turn off the internet. Okay, so sorry if we froze there and stuff. I shut off the internet, so we should be good to go now. And today we are doing autumn crafts. So I didn't decorate for autumn much, and most of the decorations that I did have out, I've already brought up. They're still on the landing to get up into the loft, so I can bring down Christmas decorations. But I thought I still have all these. Actually, most of these pumpkins in here, we got 7. From the garden of pumpkins that I didn't plant. That's what I call them, because I just let it grow. There's dirt on them too. I just let it planted itself and I let it grow. So you can see they're turning orange, but some of them are green. But I had to do, like, the frosts are coming, so I had to pick all of these. So we got 7. And then this one looks the same, but it's actually not. It's an acorn one. So those ones are bought. But yeah, so I thought I'd use that as a display. Oh, you know what? I just remembered to have all my gem corn in the garage I could have used too. Anyways, let's get to business. We're doing autumn crafts. If my sound goes off or changes, let me know. And yes, so I just used one of the girls' mugs to look a little nicer for autumn. And I feel like I'm like doing like the news or something, because I just have a desk and then my, you know what I mean? Like, but I've tried to have everything we need as per usual ready to go. So let's start with the first one. Now, lots of these crafts will depend on what kind of leaves you have locally to where you live. For example, the first one that we're doing is done with maple leaves and or sycamore leaves. And I know that, like, in Canada, where I live in Alberta, I don't know if we have sycamores, but we don't have maples. So we don't get leaves that are this shape. However, you could always cut it out of brown paper. If you don't have the leaves, you can still do the same thing that we're doing. So we're going to turn it this way, and it's going to become, well, you know, it's a fox. I'd say. Those green leaves we don't need right now. What's behind this? Oh, right. Okay, so it's showing me also, it's showing me two other types of leaves that you can use for the ears, but because these ones aren't that great, I am going to use the pokey bit there and there as the ears. I don't know why I keep saying sorry. And you know what else I didn't put with all my stuff is scissors, but I have everything close enough that I can get it if I need to. So one moment and I'll grab my scissors. Yes, you guys can hear me if my microphone's working well. I'm just going through my art stuff, like the stuff I take to art class. So I got precision scissors that go around little bends, and I got big scissors. But stop saying So with this one, I'm going to cut the pokey bits off. Oh, I need to do it against something that you can see. So there, with some attached to it. I should have maybe made that bigger. I did put my leaves in between parchment paper and iron them so that some of them, like, so they'd be flatter, because these leaves are actually from last year. So wish me luck doing this. So I have the pokey bits for the ears, and on the back here, they round it out. You can cut off the stem. I'm going to turn it around this way to round it this way instead of trying to get in the other way. There, so it's rounded. Then you take your pokey bits and they're going to stick up like ears on there. I have white glue and I have a tape runner. I'm using my what do you call it again? Cauldron of Wonders. Oh, I have a hot glue gun as well. That might work. First, I need that for something, one of the crafts, but that might work for this too. I don't know if the tape runner, glue runner will work, but we'll see if it will. Use one of the backs of these as what I put it on. I'm going to try and be quick so that well, that's backwards of what I wanted to do. So that we don't take 2 hours to do this. So make sure you put your tape on the correct side, which I didn't do on that one. And I don't want to, oh yeah, I can take it off, but I just didn't want to take it off and wreck the leaf any more than it is already wrecked. Okay, so then we're going to put them on here like this. How far in are they? The ears probably could have been bigger, but we'll try our best. How does that look? Can you see it against? Yeah, I think you can see it. Maybe should the ears be closer together? I'll move this one in a bit. I don't know. I never made this before, so bear with me. And I didn't go and get new leaves, so I'm just using some. Well, I did go and get new leaves, but not these type today. So there. Is that better? Having them there? Okay, and so this is supposed to be a quick and easy one if I just get to it. They rounded off where the nose would be, which I could have used that as another ear as well if I needed to. Round the tip. Grab You could put a piece of black paper here. I'm going to use a black Sharpie, and I am going to, again, use this paper and color in the nose area. That's the nose on there. And then I'm going to do the eyes with, I'm going to try using these. Steve bought me new white paint or marker pens. So I'm going to try one of these. If it doesn't work, I'll just make I'll make whatever shape out of, they have different faces on those. I'm only making one, so. You don't have to squeeze. Okay, let's try this and see if it works. Yep, it's working. I'm sure you just got this off of Temu or Amazon or somewhere. The ones I bought from Amazon worked. It just that they dried out after a year. So these ones I've only had a couple months, so I don't know how long it'll take. And this is the first time I've used them. We can use them in art class too. So I've done the eyes like that. I need that to dry so I can put the black on it. But I'll put some black eyebrows. Oh, that one's thicker. And like that. And I wonder if this will work with. Well, it still, no, it didn't work. So I'll wait for it to dry. I can plug in the blow dryer, and then this one's almost done. Like, this is it. You just do different faces. Okay. Oh, that's white. Black. So black circle over the white, but I'm going to also have another smaller white circle. Like, I'm going to, can you see how I made a black circle, but there's a smaller circle inside of it? So that little circle, I'm going to leave white, like the spot in the eye. With these white marker pens, you might be able to just put white back on top of the black once the black is dry, but that's just another step if the white's already there. I haven't really drawn much on leaves before, so it's an interesting thing. And then you want, like, the thing is, you want wet leaves. You don't want them wet where they're like wet, but if they're fresh leaves, how will they dry after you decorate them? So I'm not sure. And maybe if I look it up, people who do art on leaves more, they could tell you how long to dry it or what to do to keep it from like, what's the best way to keep them if you want to do art on them. There we go. That's that one. And that craft is done. So if you do have access to these leaves, or if you print some shape like this and cut them out, that's really easy, right? Just the nose, the eyes, eyebrows, the ears, and he's done. So one craft done, checkmate. And I'll put those aside, and we'll grab the next craft. This one is, this is one that I think I stole from someone who did it in school with the kids, and I liked the idea. So you take a picture. I used one of me today, with like blowing in different poses, like just whatever, like you're gonna blow leaves. On the one that they use, they did have them against a neutral background so that it's easier to, hang on, I'll just cut this out like this quick and then use my precision scissors. So precision scissors just help you go around your curves and stuff better, but they're very sharp. Like the tips are really sharp for, again, precision cutting. If you want to get into little tiny grooves and stuff. That's why especially if you're getting a kid to do this, having the picture taken against the neutral, like a solid background, then if they cut around themselves, they don't have to be as particular. Here, me cutting myself out, I want to cut out all the art room that's or the office, I mean, that's in the background, because that's where I took it, because I was sitting at near the printer when I did this. But this is not, because I printed this just on the printer, it's not the best quality. If you were doing this, you might want to do this with actual pictures, like getting them printed online or in a shop, like a photograph, not just printed on the printer. But you know what? This could work as well, so we will see. There, big hair. This is before I showered. And the reason I'm wearing the same sweater is because I was trying on to see what I wanted to wear for tonight. Okay, so, oh, there's a little, you know, I gotta go in like this and do this. Maybe it would be better if your hand's not touching your chin, because then it would leave a gap in between here for the kids to cut. Oopsie, cut my sweater. I'll get it, don't worry. I've had a good week. I got the heater in paraffin heater working in the greenhouse for when the frosts come. Moved all the plants closer to the greenhouse. Some of them are in the greenhouse. I've made room in the greenhouse, so I just need to go and organize them and put them in there for the frost days that are coming this week. Oops, sorry, table. So there, that's me blowing. And I made me too big, so that's why I'm using a really big paper. You can use an A4, like a normal size paper, but just going to tape me, and then obviously it depends on which way you're facing, which corner you're going to put yourself in. I'm going to put me in this corner because I'm blowing up that way. I want my hair to be on it too, like that. And then you just glue a bunch of different leaves. I have green ones here, but I'll grab some. I have lots of different leaves there. And you blow them like you're blowing the leaves. So I will get some different leaves. Just give me one moment. Okay, I don't know. These, take that one and that one, and that one. I think that's good. Okay, so again, these leaves that I'm using are crunchy ones from last year, and so this year's collection might be better, but you can use different leaves. I mean, you don't even have to use real leaves if you don't want to, but if you're doing this, like I said, I think I took this from somebody who was doing it in school with the class. So if they collect their own leaves, I don't know how they're allowed to go outside and collect some leaves, and then they use them on it. And again, I don't know if it's better to use them before they dry and then they dry out on the page. I think that would probably be better, but I don't know. I'm doing it upside down, so I can't see my balance of what looks good. Yeah, I could put more out, but I think that looks, does that look good? You get the idea. And I'm going to move that one. I don't know. Does that look good? So second craft done. Next. I love this one. This one, really, it would be done with, what am I saying? I don't remember what I was going to say. This one would be done with, like they did it on like homemade paper or like really nice, old-fashioned looking paper. But I'm just doing it on, oh, I left it over there, the paper I'm doing it on. I cut the same color that I just did, that one that I showed you on. I'm doing it on that paper. I've cut 3 pieces, 4x6, 6x4, and I'm going to be using those because I just printed off pictures of me and Steve to use. So, but this is such a cute thing, and the idea is it works better if the kid or whoever you're doing in the picture is looking, it's their profile. But I just grabbed a picture that was on my phone, and I think it'll work with this. Our heads are similar tilt, but looking opposite directions. So if we do them together, and I probably only needed to print it off once, but just in case I messed up on one of us. Again, if you take the picture and you know what you're looking for, you could do a neutral background for them to cut, or you could cut them out yourself. This is more, I don't know if this is more, I'd say this is more of an adult project that you do of your kids, as opposed to getting the kids to do it. But I still really like this one. It's been on my phone for a few years. So I'm going to try and do it. If I was better prepared, I would have had pictures of actual kids, even if they were kids that I knew. And then it could have even been a gift for someone. I just made Steve's ear look like it's a leaf, actually. It looks like a jade, like all, not jaded, what's those? Jagged. This picture is from about a year or so ago. I hope my sound is still good. Oh my gosh, I just almost cut his head off. Where's his jacket end? Oh. See, I told you I might mess up. That'll be okay. Okay, down, down. So we have Steve and we have me. I'll bring them closer so you can see. They're not the best print. They look, but when I do it, I'll bring it closer when they're done and show you, because we look very red in them. So you're going to take leaves. You can do different colors. I didn't know how big Steve's head would be, so I might use this one here for Steve. And I'm going to cut the top of the leaf like a hat, and then the bottom of the leaf like that. I'm going to cut the stem off. This actually might be too big. So, and again, a kid is smaller than an adult. So yeah, let me use a different leaf because I might need more for his body. It might need to cut it on a different angle. Hang on, I'm going to do this. scissors. I'll show you in a second. Sorry, guys. Basically, part of the leaf is his hat and part of the leaf is like his clothes. I put it on. Just cut that out. Where's my scissors? I don't want to see the white of his shirt. So it's just a head sticking up with the leaf there. And I'll put a hat on him, and then I'll do mine. It's a big hat. I'm going to tape his hat on, and then I'll cut it. Maybe I won't cut. I don't know if I need to cut the other side, because now one is jagged and one's not. So trust me, there is a method to my madness here. So now I'm going to do me, but I'm going to use a green leaf. So I need, yeah, which one? How big is my head? How big of a hat do I need? I'll use a sleeve. Okay, I've got my hat on. I don't know if you can see my face very well. And then put my clothes on. And I don't know if I have to cut this down more like I did to Steve's. Using a different leaf, but it's the same type of leaf, so then I'll cut it down. I don't know how my back should be, but that's how I did me. So then you have your 3 pieces of paper. And because I'm facing this way, I'm going to put me on. Again, this would work a lot better with kids' pictures because kids are smaller, so their heads are smaller. And if I printed them smaller, but I'm going to put this on here, and I might actually put me over the edge where I'm going to actually cut the bottom straight. Yeah. So the same as the paper. And this side, so much for me, like trying to get this under 2 hours. I don't have to do as many crafts, but if I take this long. And Stravinsky, I'm going to put him on, but I like the way his back looks. with the leaf. So I'm not going to put him, I can get him on the bottom, but I want the back of his leaf on the page. Oops, I ripped that shit. I ripped the little tip off of his hat. It still looks fine. Okay, so put him on there, and then put some runner tape on there. Take it off of the table because I just got a bunch on the, oh, come on. Sometimes I'll have to get it off the plastic tablecloth after it's not coming off. I have to get some Gooby Gone, like sticky stuff remover. Okay, just flatten straight at the bottom, cut off the brown so the leaf is the same as the paper. So we have this so far. Me and Steve looking like little elves. Taping down any bits that want to stick up. Okay, so we have those two, and I still have stuff to do to those, but we're going to take our middle one, and this is where I had these leaves. They wanted to curl on me while I was, so I used the iron in between, like wax paper or parchment paper, to try and make them flatter. They used like more like maple leaves, but I don't have little red maple leaves here, so I am using Japanese maple leaves that are red in color. And again, if you don't actually have the leaves, they're still autumny if you just print off leaves or cut them out of paper. I'm going to cut off the stem. And they put this, it's going to represent like a campfire. If I get it on the page and unstuck from my finger. And then they put like more of an orangey one. I love this red one. It's so red. But they put more of an orangey one in the middle for the flames. That's more yellow. Does that look like flames? Will that work? Which one do I want to use? Yeah, I'll use this one. And again, after you're done this, if you do it nicely with real nice pictures and stuff, you could frame it so that the leaves and stuff don't curl away from it. Okay, so I don't know why I left this over here, but this is actually not really a stick. It's more of a stem from a plant. But if you get a stick and you have two pieces, and then you cross them over and tape them onto your page or glue them onto your page, and those are going to be your like campfire logs. Oh, that's upside down. There, so that's my campfire with Japanese maple leaves, and it goes in the middle. But this is an interesting part that I'm going to try and do, and I've not done this before either. So I looked in my punches, like paper punches, and for leaves, and I have I know you can't see from there, I have a little holly leaf, I have a little maple leaf, and I have a bigger holly leaf thing. So I'm going to use the maple leaf one, even though you can use any type of leaves. They use more of an oak leaf, but I don't have that. And I've never tried punching leaves before. So let me tell you right now, when I try to punch it, if it's easier to do it on a fresh leaf. Oh, that's cool. Or a dry leaf. And again, I can do different colors. So I'm going to do a few green. This actually works good. So let me try the different color. This brown, this is an older leaf from last year, but it's not too dry. It's kind of leathery. Oops, that one is only a half a leaf. I need to make sure I get it in there. Well, that's, again, a half a leaf. It feels like it's in there, but come on. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm putting in the... Okay, and then yellow. Can I just tell you that I love this, and I suggest doing this even if you do other crafts. Just punching leaf shapes out with an actual leaf is pretty cool. It's working quite well. This one is pretty fresh as well, I think. It does not feel dry. Okay. I didn't do any red. Do I have any red? Use this red leaf. I really like this one. Any red over there? No. I don't know if I can get, it's pretty skinny. Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm concentrating. I'll try and do one more. Oh, I guess I could look underneath to see if I have it in the right place. Silly me. Oh, there's some stuck in there. Okay, here I go. And I'm going to do it there. Come on, little guy. Pretty. Okay, did I do all the colors? Green, red, yellow. I could do orange, but you get the idea. So I'm going to glue those on real quick, and then that one's done. This would probably be quicker with like white glue or something, because, and I'm just going to glue them basically where I flopped them on anyways, so. The glue will dry clear. There's probably more precise things, but if a kid's doing this, and if you have a bigger leaf punch, that's even better. Mine are so tiny, but that's a bit too much glue. Me doing this is like a child doing this, so. And then Stevens. Get off me. Oh, that's a lot of glue. I mean, I could put glue onto another thing and just dab the leaves in it, but that would just make sense. So why do that? Again, if anyone's watching, make sure my sound is on. Just tell me if you can't hear me, because I just have this fear of the microphone running out of charge and you not being able to hear me. I'll test it on the on the, you know, what's it called thing. Okay, so that's coming off. I'll super glue that on after, but this is what you get. Hopefully they don't slide. See all the little leaves punched out? I will take pictures of these later, better later, but you put those in their own frames, and then this one in a frame in the middle, and you get that cute thing there. So, yep, you can see that on there. Let me just check the sound. You can see that on there. Yep, sounds good. I'm going to have a drink, and then we'll go to the next one. Does this tell me how long I've been? Oh, God. We've only done 3 crafts, and I'm at 41 minutes. Better get going then. That one's easy. Those ones are... Oh, I am almost done. So should I do... This will be an easy one. Do this one. So I have in this bag leaves that didn't... that aren't really pretty anymore because the dog got the bag and leaves are a year old. And so what you need is a piece of paper. Again, you can print this off if you're not comfortable doing it yourself. I'm going to use a marker pen. Unfortunately, I'm trying to look for a fatter one so that it's quicker, but I can't find one. So brown marker pen. If you don't trust yourself to do this, then like I said, you can use paint or you can print off it, but we're doing a trunk. So however you want to do your trunk of your tree. No, did I say trunk? I meant we're doing a tree, the whole tree, and nothing but the tree. So you fill it in. And again, I'm just doing this quickly for the purpose of this. I could fill it in better later. You can even put different colors in there. I always like, when I do a tree, I always like doing a knot. So that's just an oval with lines in it. I always do a knot. I like knots on trees. And some branches coming out here. Whatever you want your branches. My art teacher told me something once, and I like this idea. You don't have to do it exactly, but she said, go up a branch and then make a line, and then halfway up that branch, make a line the other way, and halfway up that branch, make a line the other way, and halfway up that branch, make a line the other way, and it gives you all your, littler ones too. And again, they don't have to be, but it gives you an idea. So again, however you want to do your tree, however detailed you want your branches to be, if you want to paint it, print it, get a kid to do it, whatever you want. So this is my tree, my naked autumn tree. Okay. So you got your tree trunk and stems and everything the way you want it. And then you take your leaves. Now you can use a paintbrush for the glue if you want, but you take your dried leaves and crush it and make it really small pieces. And then put your glue on and use either I'm not even checking these, like, if the smaller the better your pieces. Yeah, this isn't even breaking up as much as oh, there is some at the bottom. Okay. I was going to do this one last so I could just crumple a bunch of anyways, okay, let's take these big pieces out and use this stuff. Okay, so glue. Again, this type of glue dries clear, so if you use a paintbrush, you can put it where you want it, and then I'm just going to use the, what can I use? I'm just going to use this to spread it out. Although I do have paintbrushes on the table there, but so wherever your glue is, some stuff's going to stick to it, right? So I want some falling here, wherever they land, some on the ground. Okay, then you take your small leaves that you've crumpled and you sprinkle, well, oops, I want them mostly on the actual tree. And then a bit on the ground, bit falling, but most of them on, well, there could be a lot on the ground too if they've already fallen off other trees. My nose is running. Use all this up in here, filling. You could do different colors if you wanted to. I just use the same color. And you can be even more precise if you want to. Where you sprinkle them, and then either tap them down or just leave it and shake it off. And you can, like what I'm going to do now is, so you can see it, but I'm going to shake it. So any that fall off here, I can take all these and put them back on the tree if you need more where the glue is. And keep doing that until you're happy using all of them up, or just put the rest in the compost. Some of the big ones that need to stick. Not on me, it's stuck to my finger. There, so that is quick and easy. And again, it doesn't matter what your stems and everything are like. What about, do you like that? I like that. Can't wait to sign that one after it dries. Okay, clean up. Almost done, guys. Except that I put everything in my way when I need to get up for the next one. My hands are dirty now. Kind of excited about this one. It might take a little bit longer, and then I might need to go wash my hands for this one, but I am excited about it. So with this one, I do have my different color papers here. So I need brown, just scraps of paper, and I'll need orange, which I have, and on white, and black, or I can use the Sharpie on the white paper. But first I'm going to take a piece of black paper. Black paper. This is a kid's one, but the background you might do yourself. Oops, I forgot to get, I'm going to just get Kleenex as well. I need a purple and green paint. Excuse me for blowing my nose. And over here, purple and green paint. Kind of a dark purple. This one is good. And green. Oh, this one's shimmery. That might work nice. And a paintbrush. Can be a bigger one because it's just a background. I do have a glass of water here for my paintbrush as well. But I didn't bring, oh, I do have a palette, sort of, but I'll use the edges. This is for, well, it's for this one, but it's for the brown one. I need the brown paint. But if I put the green and the purple up on the side here, because I need the, oh, that came out lots. And purple. Okay, and then I like having my example, but I don't like showing you guys because even though I steal these from the internet. So again, it doesn't really matter where you put it. It's just your background. So it's a night sky if you want me to. So put the purple in here, some green in there, purple down here. It's a night sky. It'll look more night-like in the moment. They use mostly, it doesn't matter. You can even leave the black if you just want a little bit of purple, a little bit of black or green, you know what I mean? Leave mostly black. Doesn't matter, but this needs to be dry before we use it. But we can do some other stuff while this is drying instead of using the blow dryer. So I've done a background, just green and purple on black paper to be a night sky. And I don't want to set there. Set it back here to dry. Set it right there to dry. Then the next thing we're going to do is take a white piece of paper. Again, you can find a template for this, but it's pretty easy. Idea here, you do an oval, almost an oval, kind of like that, like a cave door, whatever. And this side's flat, and I didn't cut it very straight, but then at the top, this is the top, but I'm going to do it upside down. You cut angle, and then you meet those two. And those are your ears. It's going to be an owl. So it's white. And, oh yeah, the black is our background. I'm like, what am I using for a background? Okay, so now I'm also going to need, with the white paper, now you can use a punch for this, or like a circle punch, or you can do it, I'm going to do it freehand because I don't have a big circle punch here. But if you're not comfortable, you can even fold the paper over so they're the same size. You need 2 bigger circles. Those are going to be the eyes. Or around the eyes, anyways. Hopefully these are similar in size. So 2 circles that are white. And then you can do 2 circles that are black that are smaller for the eyes, or not. I'm going to get white paper, green. No, I'm gonna need yellow paper and orange. So let's do the orange first. I need some scraps in here. You guys can see a bunch of scraps, different shades of orange. I'm going to use like a darker orange, and the beak it'll be the same orange, so I'll just use this one piece. Should I use that? Yeah, I'll use that because I have a lot of that color. Okay, set that aside. So this is, I'm going to do a quick triangle for our beak. You can see that, the beak. Putting it on something that you can see the size. You'll see it better after. Actually, I should check that too. Is there any comments? I don't know how to check comments on here. Oopsie, I went off of it. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I don't see any comments. I don't see any comments. I was like, what's that noise? But it's hearing myself again. Yeah, I don't see comments. Anyways, okay, I'll check after. So now I need the feet. Again, you can fold this over, so you only have to cut it once. Fold your paper in half. It's going to be like sort of like a peace sign. So a triangle on the bottom, but don't cut all the way to the top. And then your leg. So you got like a triangle at the bottom and then the leg, and I have two of them, but I'm going to hold them together still because I'm going to cut two little triangles out at the bottom like a peace sign. So those are your two legs. Oh, please don't get your jacket in the paint. That would be horrible because it's acrylic paint, so it won't come off. So we've got our feet and our eyes, and we don't want to lose any of our pieces. And we're waiting for that to dry. It's almost dry. There's just some bigger pieces of it. And then what else? Okay, so the white man. Okay, so let's get some yellow paper. And I don't know if I brought the yellow over here. Give me one moment. It's just over here. Yellow, red, yellow. Yellow. The lid's on the wrong way. There. So yellow, different shades of yellow. This is going to be for the stars. So you could do different shades of yellow. Maybe I'll take some of my smallest pieces to use up as long as they fit. I have a star punch. Again, you can print some off if you want. You can use star stickers. My star punch is quite small, just like my leaves, but I didn't look for stickers or anything else, so I'll just use okay. So, oh, that's orange. Well, it's orange on one side and yellow on the other side. Okay. Where's my star punch? Right there. So it's pretty small. Glasses would help. Oh, I will watch underneath to make sure my paper's in the right placing. I'm using, oh, that's harder to push the button if I'm looking at it. Ideally, you probably want your stars bigger than this, but you'll still get the idea. Yeah, this would probably just be easier if I did it like this and trusted myself. I did it. And then you could even use this for a different project with the stars punched out. Okay, and got more different yellows. Okay, let me look. If I put it all the way at the back, does that? Yep, that'll work. Okay. Okay, how many stars does one need? I don't know. I'll do a few of this color just because. Oh my god. It's cardstock. It's harder to. What's happening here? Maybe it won't want to. These are old punches. I don't even know where they're from. I think they were here when I moved here. There. and I've never used them. Okay, 4 of those and a couple of these. Oh my God, this isn't thick paper. I'm just getting weaker. Last one. Okay, 4 of those. And then okay, that, and that. All right. Let's take our body for our owl. And you could use some of the leaves for this even if you wanted, or you can use brown paper. And again, this is where scraps come in well, because, and I'm going to get some different shades of brown. That's probably good, but oh look, bottom, like just the scrappiest scraps, the smallest ones are the ones that are just unusable. Well, let's go oldie brown. I don't want that. Or whatever, you can use new paper if you want. But oh, see that? That's why is that in there? It's brown, but somebody's made holes in it. Okay, so that'll be good. And then they have just all these ripped pieces of brown, different browns, scruffy brown. Again, if you're doing this with kids, you could already like pre-prepare all this ripped paper so it's ready for them. And this is a good, like I said, you could even do this in other crafts. If you have scraps of colored paper and you don't know what to do with them, rip them up into little containers like this and it'll be ready for collaging other projects. Last color. Okay, and then I think this is actually going to be our last one, and I'm going to save those other ones that I had for next year. Okay, so on this, I'm going to do this glue again. Should you put any on the ears? Yeah, you can put it on the ears. So basically everywhere. So I'm going to take a piece of paper underneath this, though. So again, you can use a brush to brush this, like to smooth your glue everywhere. Or they have those little plastic glue spreader things too, like Crayola stuff. Kind of like a palette knife. Okay, and then you just, I don't think they, like it's supposed to be the leaves, right? I mean leaves. Feathers, but you don't need to start from the bottom and then work your way up to the top. If you wanted it to be like layers like that, you could, but kids aren't going to do that. They're just going to put them on willy-nilly wherever, which is what we're going to do. I might take a little more precaution on the ears so you can still tell that they're ears. And it's okay if I get like one of the pieces I had upside down, and you know how it has white on one side and brown on the other. I flipped it over and now the glue is on the wrong side. that's okay because the glue will dry clear. So I'm sure most of you have used craft glue before. So if you need layers like this and you need to put more glue, you can do that as well. Or paint glue over top like Mod Podge. Huh.
Is the iron meant to be on?
It's just blinking. It's off. Okay. It's just telling you it's still plugged in. You can shut off the switch on the wall though if you want, or like on the power bar. Love you. Yes. Okay, I'm trying to fill up every space, but making sure that it's on somewhere that there's glue as well. But no rhyme or reason, just grabbing pieces. I don't even have my glasses on. The only place that I thought about it really, like I said, is the ears. And I might even put more on that one ear if it's the right shape. Well, that's a big piece, but it might work. And is that enough? Just going to put a little bit of glue underneath some of these bigger ones that I know there's nothing underneath them. It looks good. Okay. So I'll show you what I have. You can probably see it that I'm there. Just a mishmash of browns on the there, and that needs to dry as well, sort of. But we can use it when it's wet. Oh, that background is almost dry, and then we just need to put this guy together. So let's take our white circles and take our black Sharpie, or if you cut out black circles with a punch or with scissors, you can glue them on, but I'm going to draw mine on just black circles in the white. Again, trying to make them about the same size so that it's not a wonky donkey type of owl. So those are my eyes with the blacks. And actually, I could probably glue these on now. Well, some of them, they make them look weird, like, or like if the owl was looking up, like they'd be turned that way, or the owl's looking down, whatever. So maybe I'll put them a little bit facing up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Not too much, but enough that they'll stick. So there, he looks like he's looking up into the night sky. We can put his beak on this little triangle that we did, this orange triangle. We won't put his feet on yet till we have him on the background, which we could probably do now anyways. Let's see, is that... So our background's pretty much dry. He is not, but I'm going to put him, you can put him... I need room for, you'll see the last part why I'm deciding. Actually, I'm going to put him, oh, but I painted the sky that way, so I'll still put him this way. Again, this is for an adult like me, because we're doing handprints is the actual wings that stick out the side. That's what I'm saying about the size. But using an adult's hands like mine is different than using kids. Okay, so put that on. We can put his feet on now. I'm gonna turn him a little bit so then we can put his feet on. You can tuck him underneath him if you want, or put him on top. I'm going to tuck him underneath a little bit. I still want it on the page. Where should I put it? Slide him up. Again, this is a good thing, even though it's white glue, it'll dry clear, so the fact that I'm getting glue everywhere. Okay. We've got all our stars that we're going to put on, and we're going to do a moon as well, but I'm going to show you, because then I can wash my hands when I say bye. So let's do the rest of it first. So put stars on. I'm just going to put a bunch of dabs of glue like this, just little dabs, and then I'll put my stars on everywhere. Okay, let's see if I need to do more, I will. But now I'm going to try not to put the stars where my hands are going to be, because then they'll just be underneath the handprints. But got some brown leaf in there. These stars actually don't seem like too bad of a size, especially because I did more of them than they use on the one on the internet. They have bigger stars but less stars. Oh yeah, that's where my hand's going to be, so I could still put them there. I have enough, but almost done with the stars. And I think I know where I'm going to put the moon as well. There. So I've got that so far. Now, if your paper is dry, you can put your moon on. I'm using this white thing again, and I'm just making a crescent moon. You can make a full moon, whatever you want to do. Oops, my crescent moon is a bit, it's kind of hiding behind him. I was trying to do the tip, but it went a little weird. Maybe if I make it, oh, come on. If I fill it in a bit more, maybe it's more than just a crescent moon. It's not totally white. I could let that dry and then do another layer of white on top. I think you can tell what it is coming out of his head. It's not the best moon, but okay. And then, are we done everything except the hands? Yep, we are. So then it's just the hands. And this is, like I said, this is the last thing I'm going to do, because then I'm going to go have to wash my hands after I do this. Where did I put the brown paint? I had it here so that it was... Now, I put a little bit of water in these brown paints so that the water would be, so the paint would, it would be more liquidy, and I could use it up because these are empty. So hopefully this works. Okay, you need a piece of white paper, which I have some extra right here. It's just, it has like printing on it, like from the printer, but I don't throw it away. So because you can use it to draw on or whatever. So then your kid is going to put their hands in the paint. You don't have to use acrylic paint for this because acrylic paint stains. You can use tempera paint, like watercolor tempera paint, like they do in school. But remember that if that project gets wet, it's like watercolor, that paint will run. If this paint gets wet on the page, it won't run. So do your handprints wherever, because you're going to cut them out anyways. And now, if I really wanted to, I could also let these dry and I could put them on the printer and print them smaller so that they fit on the page, which I might do after I'm done showing you guys. Just going to wash my hands real quick. I thought that I would say bye and then go wash my hands, but I think I need to wash my hands first so I can do the rest. You guys should still be able to hear me if my microphone is working properly, even though I'm all the way in the bathroom, so I can keep rambling. You just can't see me. Okay. That door always slams so loud. I don't know why, the bathroom door. Okay, so I think I will do that because my hands are too big for this owl, but I'm going to dry them off and show you. Actually, it might take a while to dry them as well. And I don't want the paint to... Okay, sorry guys. I also see that I dripped brown paint on here, so I might put another leaf there. So I don't know if you could hear me or not. I said as long as this doesn't drip when I'm showing you, but it is still. So what you do with this now is you cut out your hands as close to the edge of the lines as you can, and then you glue them on either side. So I'm going to shrink them on the printer and then do that, but I will take pictures of these later to show you. So I'll show you him again. This one again, still drying. This one that I need to glue another leaf on or just splotch brown paint on. My little foxy. And these three that I need a frame for now. I know this one got knocked off because of me using the blow dryer. I don't know if I'll frame these ones because it's not the best picture of me and Steve unless I print it better. And I don't want that paint to drip. Wait, what's that? And that one. Showed you everything. All right. So I'm just going to be getting the Christmas decorations ready this week, as well as putting stuff in the greenhouse for the frost. I hope you guys have a great week. We're going to be doing autumn stuff next Sunday as well. It's going to be from the kitchen. And then we're into the Christmas stuff, Christmas crafts, Christmas baking, Christmas everything. So I look forward to those. And I don't see any comments, but I love you guys, and I'll see you next Sunday. All right? Bye. Oh yeah, I gotta press finish.